And hello everyone, welcome back to another Let's Play. This is Myrokos, and in case you're catching this live, sorry I've been away for a while. You may have noticed my last upload before this part was a couple weeks ago at least, and that's because I just did a short vacation away, which meant I couldn't play Final Fantasy, so now I'm back, and I figure even though I'm still dealing with jet lag, let's just dive right in and get back to playing. So we have a question mark, which as we know is always fun for the MSQ, so without further ado, let's get started. An unwelcome guest. The manager of suites is wearing a grave expression. Begging your pardon, sir, but do you perchance intend to head outside? If so, I would strongly advise you not to stray too far from the Crystarium. Word has it Yulmore has dispatched its military to Lake. Oh, that's not good. Given the timing, one can only assume they do not welcome the return of night. Even now, the Exarch is in the ocular, deliberating a response. Okay, I still need to start in on the job quests, but MSQ is calling, so we'll have to get back to those later. I think I'm supposed to be working on it periodically, I think. I remember reading something about that while I was away. You know, it's like one of these things where you're supposed to be periodically dipping in. In the meantime, it's bright daylight. So here we go, to head to the ocular. And if you'd like what you see at any point, please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Give me a follow on Twitch. Hit the notification bells. It may not mean much to you, but every little bit helps. Do you have business with the Exarch? Just say the word, and I will be happy to escort you to the ocular.
You have come at a good time. As you may have heard, we have something of a quandary on our hands.
Okay, what quandary?
Laxon Loft here in Lakeland. Yulmore has sent one of its airships. They have questions for us concerning the death of the Light Warden. Their emissary makes his way here even as we speak.
I suppose the sky does rather give the game away.
Indeed. 'Twas inevitable they would come knocking. The only question was how soon.
My lord, I am come with the Yulmoran emissary. May I show him in?
A moment, Captain, if you would. Everyone, gather round. I do not wish to show our hand prematurely. Forgive me this liberty. Vanish. Enter. Well, well. The commander of the Yulmoran army himself. To what do I owe the honor, General Ranjit?
The Light Warden is dead, Exarch. Were your people responsible?
You are clearly in some haste, my lord. But before I address your question, you must allow me one of my own. What is Yulmor's interest in this?
His benevolence, Lord Vorthry, is gravely concerned that the actions of an ignorant few may jeopardize relations between man and Sin Eater. Should it transpire that the Crystarium is guilty of abetting the villains responsible for this outrage, my lord has decreed that it suffer the same retribution.
I see. Since you have been so candid, I too shall speak my mind. Regardless of who is responsible, the Crystarium rejoices in the Light Warden's death and welcomes the return of the night sky. If Yulmor considers this tantamount to aiding those you term villains, then by all means, carry out your retribution. Know, however, that even should every innocent soul in the Crystarium perish, nothing can stop that which has been set in motion.
Folly. The death of one or 1,000,000 Sin Eaters changes nothing. The world is dead, and writhe as we might, like maggots in its rotting course, it will not be reborn. Only by my master's grace may we live out our days in peace. But I waste my breath. You have made your stance clear. I shall relay your words to Lord Vorthry. In the meantime, you would do well to counsel any here who have done more than merely rejoice in recent events, to throw themselves upon Yulmor's mercy, promptly. One last matter. We are searching for a young artist and his assistant. Know you of whom I speak?
An artist and his assistant, no. I cannot say I do.
What a pity. Should they reveal themselves to you, I bid you hand them over at once. My master is most eager to see them again.
Am I imagining things, or did he just stare straight at us?
I fear he did. The General is not a man to be trifled with. He is a warrior of fearsome repute who has led Yulmor's army since before Vorthry's time, when the nation still spearheaded the fight against the Sin Eaters. One does not command the world's mightiest army, and for so long, without possessing exceptional instincts.
If Yulmor chose to send such an individual, we must assume this talk of retribution is more than an idle threat. While we are grateful for your support, my lord, we cannot in good conscience put your people in harm's way.
It is noble of you to say, Master Alphino, but my people have been in harm's way since long before you arrived. Yulmore has ever yearned to rule over what remains of the world. Even should we surrender the Warrior of Darkness to them, they would find some other pretext upon which to invade. The people of the Crystarium know this only too well, which is why, when the time comes, I am certain they will fight to the last man. If truth be told, I would not have been surprised had Ranjit declared war here and now.
He may have reason to delay. According to reports, the Yulmoran forces at Luxon Loft were observed taking a prisoner. A young woman believed to be none other than the Oracle of Light, Minfilia. It may be that General Ranjit wishes to convey her to Yulmore before commencing hostilities. Having mentored generations of Minfilias, it would not surprise me if he had made her capture his chief concern.
Wait, is this the Minfilia? I'm sorry, generations of Minfilias? Hey, wait, Minfilia's here?
Ah, of course. How remiss of me. I had intended to speak to you of Minfilia. There is, however, much to say, and precious little time in which to say it. I think it best that you seek out Moren at the Cabinet of Curiosity. He'll be able to enlighten you. Alphino, Alize, would you care to accompany your friend? You doubtless have insights of your own to offer on the matter.
All right. Though I'm still not sure I understand it all myself.
In the meantime, I will set about making provisions for war.
If Minfilia has indeed been captured, I dare say we will see another familiar face anon. But first things first, please seek out Moran at the Cabinet of Curiosity. We will continue to watch the Yulmorans. Okay. As tempting as it would be to just run away, I don't think that's an option. Seems an age since we bade Minfilia farewell. Whatever you think Morin's going to tell you about Minfilia, it won't be what you're expecting. Just trust me. Oh, that's charming. Yes, if you're after books pertaining to the Warrior of Darkness, I am afraid most are out on loan at present. They are experiencing quite a surge in popularity. No, we're after Minfilia. Oh, you wish to learn about the Oracle of Light. Then it would be my pleasure to assist. After I have finished off some few outstanding tasks, that is, while I attend to them, perhaps you could fetch me a book, The Illustrated Tales of the Oracle of Light, it's called. Though it's intended for younger readers, it provides an excellent summary of the subject matter, and the artwork is quite lovely besides. I would not hesitate to recommend it to anyone with an interest in learning about Minfilia. So we're reading children's books, okay? But you must see for yourself. The book should be located on the level below. Should, I say, for while there is a place for everything here, not everything is always in its place, despite my best efforts. In short, if the book is not where it should be, it will almost certainly be somewhere it shouldn't. So, good luck. Oh, charming. How goes the search? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's we go look for the book and then come back. This is one level below, unless we have to go all the way to the level. Ooh. Sorry. Ooh, there's Alphino. Might as well get the, entry there. No luck as yet. Where did Alize go? Told this level. Unless she went down a little further. But does not appear to be here. Of course it isn't. With the return of darkness, more and more residents of the Crystarium are coming here to enjoy some reading before they turn in for the night. This is all well and good, but would it kill them to put the books back where they found them? Here's Alize. Is there a stepladder we can borrow? Maybe we have a couple more options to search. Also waiting for those new ladders to be delivered. Yeah, so Alize, no luck on the ladders. Book does not appear to be here. If I have to find a way down into the lower levels of this place, then good luck with that. Just as your eyes begin to blur, they finally come to rest on a copy of the illustrated Tale of the Oracle of Light. Okay, well that was lucky. So here we have stairs that go downstairs, but it's gated off, so I guess we're not allowed to go into the sub-basements. That's the book, is it? Yep. You found it, did you? Yep. Thought I'd let those two know that I found it. And of course it's dark out. Expect a run on the library then. Have you found the book? Yes. Okay. Intended for younger readers, this tome featuring winsome illustrations tells the beloved tale of the Oracle of Light. Yes, that is the one. I hope it wasn't too difficult to track down. I am happy to say I've finished all my pressing tasks. If you want to call your friends over, we can begin learning at once. I mean, I told them I found it, and why they didn't join me. Okay, without further ado then. It began 100 years ago when the flood of light threatened to swallow Norvant. Just as all seemed lost, a savior appeared who halted the all-consuming radiance, a maiden with hair spun of gold and eyes of the clearest sapphire. Naught was known about her save that her name was Minfilia, and for delivering the realm she came to be revered as the Oracle of Light. After stopping the flood, the mysterious maiden vanished without a trace, but 15 years later her name would unexpectedly reappear in the annals of history. When Sin Eaters laid ruin to the kingdom of Verbert, a young girl was discovered who was immune to the creature's blighted touch. One with hair spun of gold and eyes the clearest sapphire. She was hailed as the Oracle Reborn and came to likewise be called Minfilia. Enlisting in the Yulmoran army, this Minfilia fought and vanquished countless Sin Eaters. Alas, like so many other soldiers, she eventually met her end in battle. Oh dear. Yet with her dying breath, she whispered unto her grieving comrades, Minfilia will return. And true to her word, some years later, another girl was discovered who possessed the selfsame eyes, that selfsame hair, and those selfsame powers. She too took the name Minfilia. She too fought Sin Eaters as a soldier of Yulmor, and she too fell in battle. Many more were to follow in her footsteps, and so the cycle continues to this day. And that concludes the tale. By their valor and sacrifice, these women have saved Norvrant on numerous occasions. And were it not for them, we might never have learned of the Light Wardens and their nature. They sound like formidable warriors. Some, perhaps, the truth is rather less simple. Though the Oracle is reborn and with certain common traits, she does not inherit the memories or knowledge of her previous incarnations. All of the Minfilias thus far were discovered as ordinary girls, unversed in the ways of war and ignorant of the power they harbored. While some embraced their fate and devoted themselves to training, others did not. But all were made to face the Sin Eaters, and all died to keep our hopes alive. What can you tell us of the current Minfilia? She was found by the Yulmoran army some 10 years ago and taken into their camp. Or rather their custody. She was a prisoner in all but name. For by that time, under Lord Vothri's rule, Yulmor had already abandoned resistance in favor of decadence. Minfilia was an uncomfortable reminder of the war they no longer wished to fight, a potential threat to the peace, so they kept her under lock and key. I'm liking Yulmor less and less. For a long while, we heard nothing more of her. We couldn't even be certain she was alive, save that it was in the Yulmor's best interests for her to remain under their control. But then, 3 years ago, a gallant soul stole into the city and rescued her from their clutches, just like a hero from the tales. Indeed. Well, I believe now we have a good grasp of Minfilia's tale. Thank you for your time. Might I trouble you for a word, Myrokos? Outside? Once again. Do you wish to revisit Minfilia's tale? I shall even finish the book myself this time. So again, here we can review stories that we've been told. Always good to have that sort of thing. This seems a suitable place for a chat. 12 a.m., so probably... Okay, it's 9:35 p.m., so we're looking at 6... maybe 9 minutes. Considering that 1 minute in Museum time is 1 second in the real world. It seems a suitable place for a chat. Oop, cutscene. As you will have already surmised, the gallant soul who rescued Minfilia was none other than our dear Thancred. Oh, that explains the trailer movement. They have seen between. They have since been wandering the land together, never remaining in one place for long, which is why we have not yet had a chance to meet them. We know that Minfilia journeyed here as Heidelin's emissary to halt the flood of light. It could only be her that the people of the first witnessed 100 years ago, the original Oracle of Light. But while there's plainly some connection between the woman we knew and her namesakes, the fact that these girls do not share her memories must surely mean they are not the same person. Thancred has to understand that. I have no doubt that he understands. The question is how he feels. Regardless, the Thancred we know would not forsake his charge. If she has been captured, we may be certain he will not stand idly by. There you go again, talking in your roundabout way. If you think we should rescue Minfilia, just spit it out. It just so happens I agree with you. It's quite clear that this Minfilia possesses Heidelin's blessing. And it wouldn't hurt to have a second such individual on our side, right, Myrokos? Yep. One's generally been quite. One's generally been enough, but 5? Never hurts to have another one. I see you've made up your minds. Exarch, what brings you here? A report and a proposal. First, the report. Our scouts have confirmed that the Yulmoran forces at Blackson Loft do indeed have Minfilia in their custody. For the present, they are holding her there, but we can be certain they will move her to Yulmor ere long. Should that happen, we may be forced to give her up as lost. So if we mean to act, we should do so quickly. Which brings me to my proposal. I ask that you entrust this undertaking to us, the people of the Crystarium. Oh, so they don't want us involved. But if we're supposed to be keeping the truth of our identities hidden, I suppose that makes sense. Entrust Minfilia's rescue to the people of the Crystarium. Alright then. Let us hear what the Exarch has to say. The Crystarium's resolve. The Exarch is eager to delve into the details of his proposal.
You are doubtless eager to attempt Minfilia's rescue, and with your combined strength, you may well succeed. But as I said earlier, I do not wish to show our hand unless absolutely necessary. Twas not merely the night sky that you restored to us, but hope. Hope for the future of Norvrand. Unlike you, we cannot contend with the Light Wardens, but so long as hope burns in our hearts, we will fight on regardless. This I will prove to you. My friends, I thank you for gathering at such short notice. There is something I would ask you all. As many of you are aware, I received an emissary from Yulmore a short while ago in the form of General Ranjit. To my dismay, the General condemned the slaying of the Light Warden, and warned me in no uncertain terms that, should the Crystarium cast its lot with the Warrior of Darkness, there would be war. Let none be mistaken. We would be hard-pressed indeed to resist the might of Yulmore. Some would even call it suicide. And yet my heart cries out to fight. Better that than relinquish the hope that swelled in my breast when I beheld the night sky for the first time in 100 years. Or so says my heart. My mind, meanwhile, reminds me that to follow my heart would be to risk everything we have accomplished thus far. Clearly, this is not a decision to be made lightly, nor less alone. And so I put the question to you all. What should we do?
My lord, you already know our minds. It brought tears to our eyes to witness the knight's return. The whole of Norvrand deserves the same, and not just because some children's story tells us so.
Yulmore's influence is far-reaching. Should war break out, trade would be subject to restrictions. The flow of goods will dry up, and we will struggle to make do with what little trickles through. But make do, we will.
Aye, we can weather such hardships. Is that not the very thing the Crystarium was built for? We have always taken pride in our ability to sustain ourselves. Not just to endure, but to thrive.
When all falls down around you, rise up. Those were your words. There may come a day when all hope seems lost, but even should the rest of the world give in to despair, we shall not. We shall fight on, that our children and our children's children might know a better tomorrow.
Rousing words apart, I never much cared for those Yulmoran bastards anyway. No better than common swindlers, most of them. Wouldn't know a fair deal if it came up and kissed them on the arse.
Trust you to spoil the moment.
It appears we have a consensus. Let it be known that the Yulmoran host at Laxon Loft has taken the Oracle of Light captive. They fear the power she holds over the Sin Eaters, and doubtless intend to imprison her once more. So, I move that we rescue the Oracle, grant her a place among us, and let that be our answer to Yulmor's ultimatum.
Hear, hear!
Hear, hear!
In planning a strategy for the rescue, I open the floor to you all.
And there you have it. If Yulmor wishes to denounce us as villains, then we shall embrace our villainy. Will you do so as well?
We will not be outdone. Consider us your partners in crime.
My lord, our proposal is as follows. We begin by deploying Amaro to occupy the skies over Lakeland. They should serve to delay the airship's departure. At the same time, we scatter dream powder from the air. Not all will succumb to its effects, but it should thin the enemy's numbers, affording us an opening to swoop in and liberate the Oracle.
Very good. See to your preparations.
And what exciting crimes would you have us commit? Speaking for my fellow villains, I'd say we're capable of most things, though we draw the line at indolence.
If excitement is your desire, then I bid you join the guard. Captain Lena will give you your orders.
The people of the Crystarium have initiative. I respect that. Though our hosts have offered to take the lead, we still have a part to play. Let's see that we play it well. Many here have a place in their heart from Infilia. We must ensure this mission succeeds for all their sakes. So you will be joining the guard, but however highly the Exarch thinks of you, you will receive no special treatment from me. Is that clear? Where's your salute, soldier? Better. More spirited than the Exarch's feeble attempts, certainly. Oh, did she just diss the Exarch? Now first things first. She totally insulted the Exarch. You will need first things first. You will need uniforms. Go to the Crystalline Mean and report to Katniss. She will see you measured and fitted. Already read that one. I don't see a uniform. Report to Katniss. She will see you measured and fitted. Alright, so we need to... Must be upstairs. Huh. Oh, there's a summoning bell. Ah, and there's the last of them. Your friends are already being measured as we speak. Right this way, we'll see to it you look your dashing best for your first outing. Well, that sounds better than what Tataru put me through. Done, are you? Let's have a look. Okay. I see. How goes it? Sorry, Captain. I'm afraid we don't have anything on hand that's a ready fit. But we do have a few that are fairly close. We should be able to make them work with some minor adjustments. Very well then, see to it, and have the uniforms delivered directly to the field. Is it already cloudy? I shall take this opportunity to brief you on the mission. As mentioned earlier, we will deploy Amaro to scatter dream powder from the air. Once the powder takes effect, an elite unit will storm the fortress to rescue the Oracle. Her safe liberation is our sole objective. Engagement is to be avoided wherever possible. I assume we're to be part of said unit. Correct. The unit will be divided into two contingents, one deploying from Fort Job and the other from the Ostal Imperative. You and Elfino will join the former. Myrokos, meanwhile, will join the latter with me. Before you proceed to your positions, you are to report to Chesamil at Spragyrex. I hope I pronounced that right. She will issue you with the serum to ward off the effects of dream power. We shall be on our way then. Take care, my friend, and we will see you in the field. It's quite far to the Imperative, so you may make use of an Amaro from the rookery, after you have collected the serum, of course. Does this mean we're actually going to be able to get the Crystarium salute? Because I doubt they'd introduce an emote that our character could do, like that. A salute that with it at some point. Yes, sweetie, is there something you need? Oh, one of the guard come for your dram, are you? Here you go. A dose of this will keep you firmly in the waking world while your enemies are off in dream. Now, if this is your first time, I should warn you, it's bitter as sin. Princess Kiss, they call it, but if you ask me, it should be Crone's Kiss. Just aside, the stuff is really foul. Most people gag like there's no tomorrow, but if you don't drain every last drop, you're liable to end up taking a trip to Dreamland yourself. So I must ask you to drink it here and now while I watch. Come on, give the old crone a kiss. Oh, lovely. Well done, sweetie. I am proud of you. Why, if I didn't know any better, I'd even say you enjoyed it. And now you needn't fear falling asleep on the battlefield. Just have a care you don't lose any limbs out there, alright? They don't tend to grow back. Oh, you liked the taste so much you want some more, is that it? You're a strange one, but as happy as I'd be to oblige, I'm afraid I must save some for the others. Run along now and see to the rest of your preparations. Huh. Good heavens. Yeah, it's completely cloudy. On the other hand, that could be a good help for the operation. Accidentally clicked on the wrong thing. Went outside the game's audio. Yes? What do you want of me? An armor to take you to the Imperative, eh? As much as I would like to oblige, all our mounts are reserved for the coming operation. I fear you will have to go by foot. But wait, there might be another way. Assuming you are willing to lend a hand. With what? Logistics of wars. And Jamai has a task for you should you be willing. Oh, we get an ether current. Deep gold weapon coffer. I was about to deliver an emerald to Raniska's round, one of the locations. Once the beasts will fly for the operation. The tower lies along the route to the Imperative. If near enough is good for you, you may make the delivery in my stead. Very good. I shall ready the emerald for departure at once. I assume we're just going to appear here. Ah. No, not quite there. Yeah, just outside the Crystarium. Yeah, I've still got a lot of exploration to do here. Radiska's round is to the north and west. You can take the road or you can fly. It's up to you. Upon arriving, make yourself known to the sentry and she will give you further instructions. If you should become separated from the Amara, worry not. The beasts are trained to return to the rookery. That is all. Go well. It was somewhere in here, I think, that I woke up, possibly down in there. Oh yeah, actually no, it was probably somewhere here. Or maybe here. Oh, either kind. As much as I'd hate to say goodbye to the Mount, that... Why I couldn't fly all the way? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I had to actually ride it all the way to that spot. Okay. That's what I get for cheapening out. So I guess it is back to the Crystarium. On the bright side, that gives me third exploration thing. So give me a second rest. Ah. The ammo returned without you. Weird. Just for a moment there, I could have sworn this was a lot slower. Ah, there's... I figure while I have access to the airborne stuff, I might as well. Yeah, kind of odd that I'm just taking advantage of this while technically there's a bit of a pressing need. Oh, in all seriousness, then, oh, you're delivering that ammo to us? I'm afraid there's been a change of plans. We already have all the beasts we require. Instead, this one's to go to the Imperative to the west. Please see to it that the handler is on duty as Zali Vanthu. See it to the handler on duty, Zali Vanthu. If you encounter trouble along the path, return here and I'll set you right lines. Okay, so this is the... If I lose my mount again, I can come back here instead of having to go back to the Crystarium. Okay. Not that I should, considering it's like right here. And it's become really clear. Ah, the last ammo. Thanks, my friend. You may leave the beast with me. Well, let me get the ammo keep. Say, I don't believe I know you. Did you join the guard recently? Yep. Yes, I did. Ah, so that's the way of it. Well, you've managed to arrive, and that's all that matters in the end. I bid you welcome to the Ostal Imperative, one of our key strongholds in Lakeland. The first thing you'll want to do is report to the captain. You'll find her at the lookout across the way. And in case I get lost or something like that, not that I think I will here, but there. I've attuned, always a good idea. So it seems that rather than the Amaro delivering you, you delivered the Amaro. I'll not thank you. I expect all my soldiers to make themselves useful. Speaking of which, I have a task for you. Oh, so we get glam. Nice. With the operation fast approaching, Lena means to put you to work. In readiness for the operation, the Amaro will need to be treated with the same serum as us. As you well know, however, it is not pleasant. In order to coax them into taking it, we have sprinkled it on their fodder. All that remains is to feed it to them, a task I am sure you will enjoy. Fetch the fodder from the Amaro launch and see to 4 of the beasts. Dismissed. Okay, it looks like we've unlocked blue quests as well. Yes. Astute ammo. Damn it all, we can ill afford to lose another. Ho there, friend. Might you lend me your aid? One of my best men has yet to return from his patrol, and I fear the worst. As you can see, his MRO made it back safely, but my man's nowhere to be found. Could you search for him in my stead? I would go myself, but I can't very well abandon my post. Bloody beast, where do you think you're going? Sorry to trouble you, friend, but do you think you could follow the MRO forest? That scaly brute might be my best chance at finding out our man. And take the salve with you. I reckon there's a good chance he's out there, too wounded to make his way back. Okay. So in addition to tending to 4 of the beasts, treating for our upcoming operation, I also have to track down Gwe. The MRO happily devours the fodder. The MRO reels at the smell, but accepts the fodder nonetheless. Anxious MRO, gui. Okay, the MRO is wary at first, but appetite eventually wins out and accepts the fodder. Indolent. Oh, lovely. This, of course, the best for last. There you go. Reap? The MRO absentmindedly munches on fodder. Well, that went fairly painlessly. Now, I should report to Lena, but I have a missing soldier to find. So sorry, Lena, but one of our men is missing. Probably best not to have that happen on the eve of a major operation, so here I go. Although, this is interesting, he's Zoner. Aren't these dragonkin? How? Stares intently in the general direction of damp salt. I mean, if these are dragonkin, what are they doing on the first? The armor eyes the wounded soldier with a gaze that can almost be described as concerned. This must be the sentry who was separated from his mount. The armor's eyes you with an expectant gaze. You sense it, hoping that you will tend to the man's wounds. Thank you, friend. When the beast knocked me from my mount, I thought it was the end of me for sure. But however did you know where to look? Your armor led me to you. My mount led you to me? You don't say. Oh, I owe you my life, blah blah blah. Okay. With that, I'd best head back to the Imperative and let everyone know that I'm a friend. I am paraphrasing heavily. There. Up. Yeah, there we go. Thus, via us as their sources, honors here, were a different or a more native creature that just happened to recognize the kindred of the dragons. Go back to the century captain. Ah, there you are. I was hoping that you'd return so I could properly express my gratitude. You'll be happy to know, as I would, that my man has safely returned to the Imperative. Those Amor can be stubborn brutes at times, but times like this make a man appreciate what loyal companions they truly are. I'd say this one's earned himself some extra feed for dinner today. Well, while I'm doing these blue quests, I'm just too innocuous. An unreasonable request appears to be confused about your identity. Hold it right there, Greenhorn. If you thought you could just stroll right past your senior without asking how you might aid me in my duties, you have another thing. It just so happens that I have a task for you to perform. This is a supply order that must be delivered to mines or means at Radiska's Round. We're to take it to him and do so with all speed. Okay. Just a simple fetch quest. Deliver this message. Blah blah blah. What about this last one? Imperative repairs. Cena could use a helping hand. Oh, there, if you're not otherwise occupied at the moment, how's about lending me a hand or two? They've got me on repair duty. What with the sort of shape this place is in, it's definitely not a job. It's a simple enough task. Just take this here pail of mortar, find a couple of spots where the walls are looking ragged, and apply a healthy dab. That's thanks, friend. What with our ranks thinned as they are, we need all the help we can get. I suppose this makes sense. I mean, yep, you can go over there. Okay, take the ramp. Especially when you have an entire ramp missing. Actually, an entire section. You saw where there was another ramp that was... In fact, this entire section is where it should be. Alas, it is not. That's all you hard at work there, friend. I'll rest easy tonight knowing that some of the ugliest patches of our walls are looking as good as new. Are you familiar with the history of the Imperative, perchance? It was built nigh on a century ago by the elves who ruled Lakeland in those days. After the flood, it served as one of our bastions of defense against the Sin Eaters. Yes, this fort's taken its fair share of beatings, but it stands tall to this day, watching over and protecting the Crystarium and its people, and it's our job to keep it standing. Material and manpower shortages be damned. Of course, we couldn't do it without the generous efforts of volunteers like you. I reckon you have real talent for repairs. Mayhap I could interest you in joining the guard as a full-time wall mender. I just... I've already taken enough of your time today. Thank you, friend, and be careful. Yeah, sorry, Luna. Sorry, Captain, but other duties relating to the Imperative have taken my time. Don't worry. Not holding up the operation for nothing. Besides, that airship doesn't... Nothing to repair. I suppose that's good. Well met, traveler. What brings you to our outpost this day? Supply order from Tiana at the Ostal Imperative, but why, pray tell, are you delivering this? Not one of our own men. That's what I'd like to know. I intend to claim. I'm mistaken for a new recruit, you say? You really should make a point to clarify the situation next time. Not that I don't appreciate your service, of course, but Tiana has a reputation for running roughshod over anyone she can. While I am loath to impose upon you further, if you will be returning to the Imperative regardless, I was hoping to trouble you to deliver these supplies to Tiana as requested. I am afraid that the recent Sin Eater attacks have left us rather short. It will take just a short while to prepare the materials for delivery and invite you to make yourself comfortable while you rest. Not that there's much in the way of entertainment here. It is a military outpost. After all, perhaps you could converse with the soldiers. It'd be sure to raise their spirits, and you just might glean some useful information. Okay. There's one up here. Oh, look out. Hail there, friends. Say, have you ever wondered how Radiska's Round got its name? Wait, don't answer that. I have a mind to tell you anyway. Radiska's Round Radiska was a guardsman in the early days, one of our best and bravest. As the records tell, they say he gave his life holding off a horde of Sin Eaters just long enough for a group of refugees to flee to safety. The body of this hero was discovered right here at this tower, and ever since it's been named in his honor. Makes a man proud to serve, I say. Okay. Oh there, stranger. We don't get many travelers in these parts. What do you think of the round? She's an odd one as far as forts go, wouldn't you say? Truth is, what you see today is actually the ruins of a larger structure built over a century ago. We took over what was left and converted it into a lookout tower of sorts to serve us in our struggle against the Sin Eaters. Seeing as how it stands at a major fork in the high road, the location's rather ideal, you see. We can see threats coming in from miles away, send out patrols to deal with them before they get too close. Of course, it gets kind of lonely all the way out here, but what can you do? Well, you do what you can, invariably. Traveler, ha, you're an odd one to pick this place for a leisurely excursion. Me, I can think of 100 places I'd rather be. Of course it's raining. But since you were kind enough to grace us with your company, why don't I tell you a bit about this place? Radiska's Round was built on the ruins of an old belfry. In more peaceful days, its clarion call would ring out through Lakeland to announce the time of day. Since the flood, however, the bell serves a purpose far more grim, to warn the residents of Lakeland of Sin Eater attacks. Oh, would that the day return when its ring again brings only joy and not fear. Just my luck. I use up all the sunshine doing this. Ah, there you are, friend. Did my men have anything of interest to say? In any event, I hope your stay here was not overly tiresome. I am pleased to inform you that the materials have been packed up and are ready for delivery. Before that, though, please allow me to compensate you for your service. I could use a ring. Means we be obliged. Would be most obliged if you could make a delivery on his behalf. I trust that you are ready to depart. My man, Roy Talk, has readied the supplies for delivery to the Imperative, so pray speak with him before you take to the road. Once again, you have my gratitude. Here. Nope. Decided to sojourn with us a bit longer. I'm sure I may appreciate the company. At any rate, whenever you're ready to return to the Imperative, I'll write Hush and furnish you with the supplies to be delivered. I'm only doing this to get that written because I'm a little bit behind on having good gear. Someone have to here. Smart setting inside out of the rain. Oh, hello there. I take it you're the good-natured dupe or the kindly traveler who agreed to lug this hefty crate of supplies all the way to the Bleeding Stall Imperative. Well, here are the goods. Just aside, you do us a great service. We are fortunate when a merchant caravan en route to Almarang decided to sojourn here at the Round for a spell. We were able to restock all manner of supplies that we'd been short on for months. That's how the supply chain works in these parts. Caravans pass through, bound for far-flung locales. We restock supplies as best we can, and then we ship them out to outposts across Lakeland. Of course, we don't always have enough free hands to make the deliveries. That's why we're most obliged on the kindness of strangers like yourself. Anyhow, I won't keep you longer. Be safe on the road. And for brevity's sake, I'm forward. On the other hand, the rain, if it's going to be raining during the also be I just prefer not to have any. Let's see. You're back, green. What's that? Supply crate, a large box containing building materials and other essentials. Fresh crate of supplies, perhaps you're not so useless after all. Actually, I have an apology to make while you were away. My commanding officer informed me that not only are you not a greenhorn, you're not even a member of the guard. I suppose I should have been able to tell by your unconventional garb. Anyhow, rest assured that I got a good tongue lashing for my presumptuousness. I won't let it happen again. That said, I am most grateful for your service. You're a damn sight more useful than half of the men here. Perhaps you'd consider joining us someday. In the meantime, I've been instructed to pass along your reward. Don't be a stranger now. I'm definitely doing that because I need a ring. Okay, now without further ado, enough putting it off. Ooh, and it's thunderstorm. What lovely weather. Okay. Of curiosity, there's the sky launcher. Currently story, forecast call for clear skies followed by clouds. This time tomorrow should be clear. The Emerald shed, yes, and more supplies have been brought to the Imperative. Good, the rest have already been dosed, so we need not fear any of our mounts succumbing to the dream powder. All units have now entered the final stages of the preparations. The time is nigh. Make ready and await deployment atop the main watchtower. I will send your uniform along as soon as it arrives. Let us all, may night smile upon us. Why are you still here? Go and await deployment atop the main tower. Very serious. Another lookout. The operation is about to commence. Stand ready. During the operation, some of your gear will be glamored. Your attributes and abilities will remain protected. I do calls. Curiosity, I have 9, so I don't have. Level 72, so I'll be level. Oh, and we wait until it's sunny, of course. And we were due fair skies later, so I guess this is just a few hours.
Keep moving.
Those are sapphire eyes? Those are very light eyes to be seen as sapphire.
What now?
The Crystarium at a guess. Desperate fools. It'll take more than a handful of overgrown lizards to ground us.
You're gonna be... Sound the alarm!
Captain, the powder has taken effect.
It is time. Let us free the Oracle from their clutches.
Only to engage.
For the Crystarium!
Over here, so here we go.
On guard! Leave this to me! Now! Let's give them a show!
You're not alone.
Oh, I really like this music. Thank you. Are you from the Crystarium? Yes. Yes, we are. Correct. We've come to rescue you. Your weapons, made to the same specifications as Thancred's. Be ready to use them. Understood. Please lead the way. Okay, now we have to... Okay, let's return the others and quit this place. Ranjit's here? Oh, this isn't good. What is that? Brazen thieves. You will regret coming here. Ooh. Oh boy.
Why do you persist in this folly? It's over!
Oh, hey, all Colonel, how's it going? Sorry, just spotted your chat. I was just so busy dealing with Ranjit, or trying to, at the very least.
You boy, you bear a striking resemblance to the artist my master seeks. By all means, keep your counsel. You will all have ample time to confess your crimes back in Yulmore.
Thancred?
So, you are the wretch who stole her from us.
And what if I am?
What? Pathetic. Vermin such as you are not worthy of the Oracle.
Break!
Fool! You would see your city razed.
I would sooner see it razed than conquered. Suffice it to say, we are ready to receive you.
What now, Exarch? Will you face me yourself?
I think not, General. I've quite exhausted my tricks. If you mean to give chase, I will not stand in your way. But you would do well to tread warily, for your quarry goes to a place where even Yulmore dare not bear its steel. Ilmeg, the Fairy Kingdom.
To think that mountain of indolence still had the energy to unleash his hounds. Even the most pointless of conflicts may alter a world's course. And now the plan has gone awry. But how? How did the so-called Crystal Exarch bring the hero of the Source to the First? As if I didn't have enough on my hands already. Then again, with a soul such as that, mayhap there is another way. One which does not require bloodshed.
Not so long ago, here in the shadow of the northern ranges, lay the great kingdom of Verbert. A nation with a proud history that the Sin Eaters cut short, just like all the rest. Since that time, these lands have become a haven for Fey folk. Dreamers frolicking amidst the ruins of a forgotten realm.
We should be safe enough here. It's good to see you again, my friends. I don't know about you, but it feels like years since last we met. 5 of them in my case.
Why, it only feels like 1 to me, but long enough to warrant a more convivial reunion either way. What brought you to Laxon Loft?
The girl, Minfilia, she and I were traveling together, hunting Sin Eaters. But as we were nearing Lakeland, she abruptly ran off on her own. I found her too late to stop the Ulmorans from taking her prisoner. And as I was considering rescue options, I observed that the Crystarium was on the move. So I consulted the Exarch, who apprised me of the details of the operation and issued me certain instructions. Should the situation take a turn for the worse, I was to see you all safely to Ilmeg. And here we are.
Urianger has called this place home for a while now. Yet we have never called upon him, I am ashamed to say. 'Twas only at the Crystarium that we met.
Hardly surprising. This is not the sort of place one visits on a whim. Happily, having trespassed on Urianger's hospitality for a spell, Minfilia and I have an idea of how things work around here. Sooner or later, the Ulmorans will come after us. But before they do, the Exarch bids us accomplish 2 things. First, rendezvous with Urianger. And second, eliminate the Light Warden of this land.
So, Minfilia. What made you leave Thancred behind, if you don't mind me asking?
You. The hero from another world. I was asleep when I felt it. A presence. Someone I was meant to meet. They were close and I knew I had to go to them. But with all the commotion in Lakeland, I was afraid that Thancred wouldn't let me.
And would I have been wrong? Had I arrived a moment later, you would be back in your cell in Yulmore. And now we have Ranjit snapping at our heels. You really have outdone yourself this time.
I'm sorry. Thank you for saving me.
Oh, poor thing being scolded so.
Was that?
Poor thing. Poor thing.
Who said that? Show yourselves.
Come now. Put away that frown and have some fun with us. Yes, let us have some fun. Lots and lots of fun.
Which way was it to Urianger's?
We've been there so many times, but I can't. Why can't I remember?
Damn it all. We're already caught in their spell.
Fairies, I take it. I was worried about the others back in Lakeland, but maybe I should be worried about us. I'm trying my best to remember, but it feels like peering through fog. Ilmig is the fairy kingdom, and as one might expect, it is home to the Fae folk. The most prominent among them are the pixies, who have a penchant for making mischief. They use powerful illusions to play tricks on all who venture into their domain. By way of example, they can make a familiar path seem wholly unfamiliar, or lead you to believe you're somewhere you're not. And we are now, I am sorry to say, entirely at their mercy. At least I got glam out of it, so hopefully this is worthy. Whoa, what is that? I'm trying my best to remember, but it feels like peering through fog. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see if... So it is fairies. Okay. Ilmeg, the Fairy Kingdom. Thancred is trying to think his way out of the present predicament. As it stands, we cannot hope to find the way to Urianger. For that, we must convince the pixies to lift the spell. From what I can make of the voices, the creatures want to play with us. If that is the case, they should permit us to their village, Vita Loran. Come, I have a sneaking suspicion this path will lead us directly into their midst. Oh, and I should mention that Minfilia has been informed of our situation, of the different worlds and our mission. You may consider her an ally. So let's see, this one is level 72, and I'm level 73 right now. I think I can take a chance, and just so hopefully I don't overlevel, I think I can revert to Black Mage for a bit. Hopefully. That is a flower basket. Oh, good lord, what if the flower pots in the source developed sentience? Curious. But where are they? There they are. Sense of disorientation is quite overwhelming. I cannot take a dozen steps without forgetting whence we came. There's not a soul in sight, yet I feel eyes all over us. Well, here we are, yet the pixies are nowhere to be seen. Knowing them, their games have already begun. In which case... Myrokos, there's a variety of plant native to these parts with a distinctive furrowed tip. Looking Grass is its name, so called because it can be used to spy pixies. Believe it or not, I'll explain how I know all of this later, but first I need you to help me find some. Oh, if a voice calls to you, under no circumstances should you respond. You will only subject yourself to further mischief. Search the scrub, but find nothing resembling Looking Grass. Suddenly a voice rings out. Hee hee hee, greetings mortal, what is your name? Oh, you don't have a name? How very sad. I could have had so much fun with it. Hee hee hee. Well, Thanker did say not to talk to them. Yeah, don't worry, old Colonel. I've been busy playing the game. So, yeah. You search the scrub but find nothing resembling Looking Grass. Suddenly your voice rings out. What is it you seek, child? Perhaps I can help you find it. Should I tell it I'm looking for Looking Grass or not bother? Ah, yes, I know the plant, and being a kindly pixie that I am, I shall take you to it. Just close your eyes and focus on my voice, set your mind adrift, and together we shall go to the ends of the realm. Your body begins to feel heavy. Oh. Yeah, should have stayed quiet. I shouldn't have said anything. Searching scrub, you find what appears to be Looking Grass. Suddenly a voice rings out. Ooh, a visitor. Where are you from, pray tell? Perhaps this one's hard of hearing. Ahem. What brings you here? Stone deaf. How boring. Still, picking plants at our village is as good as indulging in our hospitality, and who are we to turn you away? Hee stay a while. Stay forever. Your body begins to feel heavy. Oh, I hate these pixies. I'm starting to hate them. I take it you met with some trouble. Apologies for subjecting you to that. Can I assume by your presence that you managed to find some looking grass? Yes. Possessed of a fertile tip, this peculiar plant can apparently be used to see hidden pixies. Yes, this is the stuff. Thus armed, we should be able to see through the pixie's veil of invisibility, and seeing them is the first step to dealing with them. Come, let's gather everyone and put Urianger's trick to good use.
Farasitha, Krakleath.
No! We are found! How did this mortal know our trick?
Wait! I recognize their souls. These two have been here before.
Look! Look! Twins! How adorable!
Oh!
Lee, with us!
We have neither the time nor inclination to play. We have come to see Urianger.
Oh yes, Urianger, the peculiar one. In return for a place in El Meg, he agreed to a riddle contest with us for 7 days and 7 nights without any sleep.
Oh, that was so much fun! We must do it again!
I'm sure he'd be delighted. Now, if you'd be so kind as to lift your spell.
Shall we?
Should we?
Would we?
What now?
I don't know, but this is their home, so we must indulge them.
Right, we've made up our minds. We will lift our spell on one condition: that you first lend us a helping hand. Or 2, or 3. Once you've helped solve all of our troubles, we'll let you see Urianger. Pixie's honor.
Well, there you have it. Pixie chores. I suggest we split up.
Lovely. Yeah, poor Thancred. Or would it be Dad Cred, considering he seems to be a fatherly figure to Nymphilia? So I'm supposed to bring them a plank of wood that has no wood grain. Ha ha ha. I was asked to retrieve a garland from a tree branch. The wind blew it there, the pixie claimed. Questionable premise aside, the dragon's jump would have been useful for this task. Heedless of your warnings, Kang Yuf continues on in the direction of Fazer Loran. If you find them again, perhaps you can still convince them to turn back. Okay, with chat mode in, say, use your keyboard or software keyboard to enter Kang Yuf. Squeal, squeal. What now? Hmm? So it's what, a beaver thing? A beaver-like creature. Squeal, squeal. Though your beaver speak is rusty, the creature appears to want milk. However, you see no signs of King Youth. You resign yourself to bearing bad news back to Lad Ken. So they're afraid of beavers. Is he alright? What? Against your warning, they went to Fazer Loran, where you found only a strange animal? Then the tales were true. Oh, King Yuf, why didn't you listen? Oh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't assume the worst yet. Maybe there's still hope. I just need to stay calm and think things through. Yeah, and I'm just glad for the ether current. Thank you. Now that I have that, I can move on with the MSQ. Isla's errand. Isla hungers for your assistance. I'm so hungry I may faint. Fruit, a little fruit would set me right. Will you go fetch some for me? Just outside the village, you'll find a hillock. 2 great bell trees grow there. If you give them a shake, they should render up their sweet, succulent berries. Yeah, having my I would do this as my Dark Knight still, being the titular job for the expansion, but I don't want to outlevel too much. So I might as well take advantage of the level 72. Here, Sol Un aches for your attention. Oh, look at me, look at me. I have a task for you. Lideron is our beloved village, and we want it to always look lovely. And it can't look lovely without flowers blooming, and no flowers bloom lovelier than everblooms. So here are some everbloom seeds. Take them and sow them here, there, and everywhere around our village. Simple as a dimple, yes? So that's it. Really? That's it? Just sprinkle seeds? Ooh, I can't wait for the flowers to bloom. Perhaps I'll make pretty curtains out of them. Not sure I want that. With the FFXIV's offer to take you somewhere, take them up on it at your peril. That's the very first thing Orionji taught me. Yeah, I can also speak for that. So I have to run over here. Fruit. Another lookout spot. This time very high up. Okay, seriously, what is it with these little, you know, lawn shrubs that look like people? They're everywhere and they're starting to creep me out. Helping us grow flowers, aren't you? They'll make this house look so much lovelier. There used to be a city of mortals here, a great big bustling place called Verbert or Bovert, or some such. But the Sun Eaters came and everyone disappeared. Since then, we pixies have been living here and we've given the old houses our touch. Lovely, don't you think? I don't know about that. I mean... Yes, I got your fruit. Here you go. Okay, now where did Thancred go? Well, forever is a very long time. Ulsigan's plea. Ulsigan thirsts for your kindness. Mortal, hear my plea. Our precious children are thirsty and I need you to bring them water. Children? Who are our children, you ask? Why, they're the leafmen you see standing about our village. Adorable, aren't they? Now, you'll need to go to Longmere Lake to draw the water once you have done it. Once you have it, see that our children have a good drenching. Oh, but be warned, the Floth make their home in the lake. They tend to play rough, so have care. So these things are their children? How does that work? Okay, so your shrubs have been given water, but why are they important? You've given water to our children. Thank you ever so much. They're all very dear to us. They wandered into Ilmeg as stray mortals, but we grew attached to them and decided to take them in. All of these shrubs were people? Oh goodness, these pixies are evil. You and yours would have been our children too, but the enchantment didn't catch as well as we had hoped. It's never too late, of course. Oh my goodness, no. No, 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 no. And where is Thancred? Oh, there he is. Thank goodness. Unto the truth, Thancred looks just like you feel. How goes it, Myrokos? Oh, tiring. And don't think the leafmen are nice, fluffy shrubs. They're people. So a mix of menial tasks and pranks. Yes, that pretty much sums up my own experience. They have no troubles worthy of the name. How long are we supposed to keep at this? They're clearly playing with us. Indeed, whenever I inquire how much more there is to be done, the answer is ever the same. A little. I doubt they have any intention of releasing us in the near future. Urianji once told me a story about the pixies. They're born from the souls of those who died as children, or so it's believed. Though they don't have memories of their previous lives, the desire to have fun remains imprinted on their souls. And so they live only to play, keeping hapless mortals for their pleasure for years on end, sometimes even until death. In the past, when I sought to identify the true nature of ghosts, I came upon literature examining a similar subject. The soul was likened to a core that resides in the ether, and its presence is what differentiates us from such beings as sprites and arcane entities. Upon death, said core ordinarily dissipates alongside the ether that composed the flesh. However, it may be held together and bound to the corporeal realm, either by the will of its owner or by means of certain arts. In time, the soul may regather ether unto itself to assume another form, or find newly emerged life in which to abide. The pixies may be one such instance of this. If ghosts are merely souls without bodies, what does that make us? I think you've become that which you fear most, brother dearest. However, the pixies may have come into being. If we leave them to judge when they are satisfied, they will never be satisfied. Nay, we must negotiate new terms with the creatures, but where to begin? It seems to me we would need at least one among them to sympathize with us. In the course of your chores, did any of you encounter a pixie who seemed even faintly amenable to reason? Not during my chores, perhaps? Fail. What? You knew a pixie from before? Not only are you acquainted, but you've entered into a pact? You might have mentioned this sooner. At any rate, I dare to hope this will offer us a way out. Without further delay, then, summon this Feol, if you please. With chat mode and say, use your keyboard or software keyboard to enter Feol and summon your pixie friend at the designated location. Okay. We're ghosts too, I suppose it makes sense on a certain level. A pact with a pixie, why am I not surprised? Come along, Myrokos, summon your pixie friend. I hope Feol will be able to help us. With the chat mode in sight, having your keyboard. Just trying to select the thing. Okay. A voice rings out in your mind. So, my sapling has finally remembered about his lovely branch. But with such a half-hearted call, he may as well lop me off and cast me aside. I have no sapling. Please, Feol. I need you. If that's your idea of a fervent call, a sodden log could do it with more fire. Oh, loveliest of branches. Oh, loveliest of branches, please grant me your succor.
You're late! Late! I've been waiting for you to summon me ever since you came here. Waiting and waiting and waiting. But my sapling didn't so much as utter my name. Such a heartless thing he is. Cold and cruel and heartless!
Another self-important little brat. Just what we need.
Reminds me of my childhood.
Oh, he did not just say that.
All right, I'm sorry. It was a joke. Honestly, just a joke. But just now you called for me so earnestly, so fervently. I couldn't possibly stay angry at you. Very well. As your lovely branch, I will lend you my strength.
Well. If it isn't Feol, the mold Feol. It's been too long.
Not long enough for you to think of any new games, though, apparently. If I were you, I'd be bored of myself. Now let me make something clear. That mortal is mine. No matter what you do, he will never be yours. Never, ever!
Oh, not even a bit. But what about the others? Surely we can keep them.
No, you can't keep them either. They're for my amusement and mine alone. And if you lay so much as a finger on my sapling, I'll scatter the contents of his bag all over your precious village. cold, hard metal, furry, festering food, stinky, sweaty small clothes, and all manner of other terrible, unmentionable things. How would you like that, hmm?
All right. But will you not at least let us play with the twins? Just while the others go and see Urianger?
Aye, that's all we ask. And we promise we'll play nicely.
It seems we won't be joining you.
Aye! We'll reveal the hidden Vernick to you at once.
So this is the true Ilmeg.
How are you feeling?
Better. I think I remember the way now.
Apologies for the delay. Shall we go and see Urianger?
Your lovely branch is useful, yes? So whenever you're in trouble, you must remember to make use of me!
Worry not, we shall be fine. Go on and find Urianger. Send Urianger my regards, and tell him to live somewhere less annoying next time. Beowulf certainly has a way with the other pixies. For Alphino and Alice's sake, let us be quick. It would be a shame to return only to find they have been made to play one game too many. Now the place we seek is the abandoned manor of a nobleman and scholar, the Bookman's Shelves. It's called, after the fellow's vast collection of tomes, an agreeable habitat for our friend. I'm sure you'll agree. If we follow the path north, we should soon find the place. Come along. We're not, we shall be fine. Go on, Andre. Live somewhere a little less annoying. It's been quite a while, I hope Ariane is well. And here we are at long last. I give you Ariane's humble abode. Come, let us see if he is home. Okay.
Urianger, are you in?
Unto a world weary of heroes, a hero wends his way. The Exarch did send word that thou wouldst seek me out, but ne'er did I imagine thou wouldst arrive so soon. Full glad am I to see thee once more, my friend, and none the worse for thy travails.
Run along, Minfilia. We will meet you outside.
But...
Another one for you to imbue, if you'd be so kind.
I take it thou hast met with our other comrades already?
Most of them. Still no sign of Ishtola.
That Master Alphino and Mistress Alize now travel in thy company is of great comfort to me. As for the rest, it beginneth in earnest. The hunting of the Light Wardens, and perforce the war with Yulmore. Hark thee then to my words, and through them behold the vision that I did glimpse, that of the 8th Umbral Calamity. As I drifted hither to the first, traversing the boundary twixt reality and potentiality, I did bear witness to events yet to come. There I saw the combined forces of Eorzea and the Far East offering fierce resistance to the legions of Garlemald. So fierce, in fact, that they did begin to push the enemy back. Ilm by painful ilm at first, then Yalm by Yalm, and Malm by Malm in time. Yet the joy they felt was short-lived, for in so doing they did force the Empire's hand. Faced with defeat, the Garleans turned to a weapon most vile. Black Rose. Its potency defied all reckoning. Once released, the gas took on a life of its own, wreaking untold carnage not only in Eorzea, but in the provinces of the Empire besides. From fighters upon the front lines to babes in their beds, none were spared. And as the casualties became too numerous to count, so did the fabric of civilization begin to unravel. Nor did the land itself escape unscathed, for spreading from the site of its release, Black Rose brought death to the very soil. To survive amidst the chaos and upheaval, men came to live by the sword, the rule of law giving way, inevitably, to the rule of might. Thus was the spark struck and the fire kindled, and swiftly did it spread as a blaze in a field of straw to engulf every corner of the world. Nations worthy of the name did then cease to exist. And those souls brave and true who might have risen to restore order
No, Tataru. Trial.
Were no more. For the weapon spared not one, not even thee. An endless age of war, begotten by the blight of Black Rose. Such is the legacy of the 8th umbral calamity which I did behold. No matter the cost, we must forestall this tragedy. To that end, I have labored during my sojourn in this world, discovering in so doing the answer to a pressing mystery. That of Black Rose's inexplicable potency. Come. Dost thou recognize yonder chart? Indeed. 'Tis a rendering of the elemental wheel, such as one might find in classrooms across the source. As the chart maketh plain, our world is composed of 6 elements, in addition to which there exist 2 poles in fundamental opposition. Astral, the active; umbral, the passive. As a reflection of the source, the first naturally compriseth the selfsame forces. Yet, curiously, there is a notable divergence in their nomenclature. To be specific, the denizens of this world employ not the terms astral and umbral. Thus was I moved to inquire what names said forces had been assigned. A simple question which yielded a most unexpected answer. Upon demanding the name of the pole aligned with activity and growth, I was told that as life's myriad colors combine to produce black, the people of the first had called it darkness. At this, did my mind begin to race. Yet 'twas only when I asked what name had been given to the pole aligned with passivity that mine eyes were opened to the truth. Peace and tranquility being as purest white, unmarred by color, I was told it had been given the name of light.
That's umbral light and astral darkness, yes? I'm no etherologist, but it strikes me that the nomenclature of the first is rooted in the generation of the 2 forces, while our own appears to focus on their effects. Which makes one wonder, have we had it backwards all this time?
"'Tis indeed a compelling question, and one which beareth closer examination. Yet what knowledge we already possess sufficeth to explain the chain of events. The phenomenon of etheric thinning observed in the source is the consequence of light, the power of stasis, flowing in from the first to stifle the movement of ether within the land. And according to Master Alphino, Black Rose slayeth by halting the circulation of ether within living beings. Should such a weapon be unleashed even as the first were rejoined, replete as it is with light,
we would have a disaster of untold proportions on our hands. A calamity. Well, at least we have a better grasp of what we're facing. Our objective, however, remains unchanged. We are to eliminate the Light Warden of Ilmeg. Speaking of which, were you able to ascertain its whereabouts?
Aye. 'Tis all but certainly ensconced within Leergear, the castle which standeth in the midst of the lake. To enter said stronghold, we must needs turn to the pixies for aid. Fortunately, I have become quite adept at courting their cooperation. Henceforth shall I accompany you, and do all in my power to ensure that my vision doth not come to pass.
Well, it's coming up on the 3-hour mark that I usually use to say, okay, call an end to the stream, so I think with that explanation out of the way, I think I'll call it an end here for this part. Next part, we will pick up in resuming the track. Perhaps as a black mage. I know I did that brief one as a, the Dark Knight, but since Dark Knight's already 73, again, I don't want to have an issue with leveling. So with that, I think I'll call it an end to this part. If you liked what you saw at any point, go to YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. Give me a follow on Twitch, hit the notification bells in both places, and I will see you anon, friends.